Hey developers, today we're going to learn all about testing and Vue.js so you guys can be an expert in testing. So I'm going to break this series up into several parts, but this part we're going to just go through the installation. And so what our goal is if you take a look here, we're going to have a testing framework set up. We're going to use the new Vue-test-utils, which is the recommended way to do testing in Vue. And you can see here when we run our tests, we're going to create two really basic tests, one or two basic tests. We'll see how long this takes. And then we're also going to add in some code coverage so we can display how well we are covering our tests. You can see here it shows the statements. You can see we passed our hello world, our testing hello world, testing passed on it. And you can see this is a code coverage package that tells us what files we have, branches like if-then statements, how many functions, how many lines were covered, how many statements were covered. So you can see that our code coverage is excellent for a really basic hello world example. And so we'll look at that. So we want to make sure we get this all set up so this works. So before we get too farther, there's two excellent books on testing. So first, my book, Vue.js in Action, it's in early access, but maybe by the time you watch this, it'll be already out. I'll put a link below so you guys can check it out. One of my last chapters is on testing. And also there's the Testing Vue.js application by Ed Yerber. So he does an amazing job, and he kind of goes over all this type of testing. And so I kind of used a lot of his information to create these examples that we're going to show today. So definitely recommend these two books if you're interested, just kind of deep diving a little bit more than we're looking at today. So like I said, today our goal is just to get everything set up. So to start, we're going to go ahead and create a brand new project. Now, to make things easier, I went ahead and already started the project, so you will need something called Vue CLI. Of course, you can build Vue in a lot of different ways, but one of the easiest ways is to use Vue CLI. But there is one slight problem with it. You can see here's the questions that you see at the bottom. It does ask you if you want to use unit tests. If you type in yes there, you actually get an option to use Jest or use Karma with Mocha. Now those are fine, except that Vue-test-utils, which is the recommended ways of running testing in Vue, is not included as of the recording of this video inside Vue CLI. So if you choose either one of those options, it will not be configured correctly. It will actually not even be installed. So you'll need to do it yourself. So I recommend right now, if you're starting a new project, is just to put no for unit tests and no for night watch, and just install everything yourself. So I went ahead and just began the installation. That's all I did. So now I have just the basic default project. So to get started, you can I'll include this in the links below. There's this Vue-test-utils, Vue.js.org. It has some great information to get started. So we're going to go ahead and type in a few commands. So the first one, I'm going to do npm install, tac save dev, and we're going to install the Vue-test-utils. We're going to install Mocha and Mocha Webpack. And so the Vue-test-utils, of course, is the test-utils, the recommended testing library for Vue.js. And then usually there's two different types of test runners that are most popular. Now, they recommend you use Jest or Mocha Webpack. Jest has an obvious advantage that it can do snapshots. And Mocha Webpack, I have not been able to do snapshots on it. And if you don't know, snapshots is a way of kind of doing a regression testing on your app. It'll take a snapshot of the HTML that'll be shown, and then next time you run it, it'll compare the snapshot from before and after, so you can see if anything changed or broke. So that's really helpful. Mocha Webpack doesn't have that, but it's a little bit easier to configure. You can see here its wrappers around Webpack. The benefits of this setup is that we can get complete. Now, this is an important thing, is single file components. We want to make sure that works right, because we're using Vue CLI and we're using single file components. So to keep this going, I'm going to install a few other things. I'm going to install, and these are all development dependencies. We're going to use jsdom-global, and Webpack node externals. And so the JSDOM and JSDom-global, so really when you're running testing, you need to have some sort of browser, or at least simulate a browser, so that way you can run these tests, and that's what JSDOM and JSDom-global will help us do. Now the Webpack node externals we need to exclude some things that we're going to set up in our Webpack so things work correctly. So we'll just give that a second. It's installing. And while that's installing, we can talk about a few other things. You can see here from the official documentation, it recommends you do the JSDOM and JSDom-global. And then we're going to have to create a file to save everything in. So now since we have that installed, we need to really pick an assertion library. So there's chai, there's a bunch. It mentions in the official documentation. Like let's say we go testing SFC Webpack. This is, like I said, this information's in here. I'm just gonna do it for you. But so an assertion library like chai is popular. You can use a sign-on for creating spies. We're gonna do what they recommend. You just use expect. I mean, if you have one that you like better, certainly use that. So we'll install that. And so it'll just take a second. It'll install it. And there's one more thing we want to work on, and that is, you can see here, is if we want to set up code coverage. And so there's yet another guide we can look at, and this is we can use NYC and the installable instrument loader, and this will make it so that we can see code coverage. So this is just another really simple install. We actually want to go ahead and I'm just going to copy and paste it for time. So we're going to install NYC and the Babel plugin Istanbul, so that way we can get what we need to do it. And like I said, the documentation covers most of this. And so while that's installing, we can go ahead and do a couple of things here. So we're going to go ahead, and I have Atom open here. You can see I'm going to create a new folder. We're going to call it test. And then inside our test folder, we'll go ahead and create a new file called setup.js. And what we want to do in our setup.js file is make sure that we set up our tests here. So we're going to go to setup.js, and we're going to set up JSDOM, so that way we don't have to import it in everywhere in our test cases. And we're also going to set up expect. So I'm just going to copy and paste here. So we're requiring the JSDom-global. Otherwise, we'd have to import it into every test case. And same thing with expect. We want to make sure that expect is everywhere as well, so we don't have to import that everywhere. So I'm going to save that. And okay, everything's installed here. Now we need to do a little bit more configuration to get everything working. So first, we'll go ahead and we'll add some stuff to our Webpack configuration. So I'm going to go into our build, and you can see here we have a Webpack base conf. And then right at the bottom of this, we're going to add in another rule for testing. And so I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to just copy and paste this once again just for time. But you can see what we're doing here is that we're saying if the environment node equals test, then we're going to have this require Webpack node externals, and then we're going to do this export dev tool inline cheap module source map. And this is all in the documentation, so I'm just kind of copying what they recommend. And then inside, we're going to look at our Babel RC file, which is here. So we'll make sure we save this. And then inside here, we have this plugins. So we just want to add in another plugin for Istanbul. If I can spell it right. Istanbul. Okay. Now we could do a couple of things here. We can just add it to the plugins here, or we can create our whole environment for tests. But just for ease of use, we're going to just leave it in plugins. And that should be it for the configuration. So now we just need to go back into our test, and we can go ahead and create a first test here. So we're going to go ahead and go test, new file. We'll call it, I don't know, hello.spec.js. And inside this, we're going to use some of our test utility here. So with the Vue.js test-utils, you can create some really simple tests, and we have this two APIs right here. You can see there's called mount and shallow. So if you look at shallow, it's an argument. So like mount, it creates a wrapper that contains the mounted and rendered Vue component, but with stub child components. So that way you don't have to worry about the child components. We don't have any anyways, but it's probably a good idea we use this. So we're going to go import shallow from, and then we're going to go Vue-test-utils. And then we're going to import our hello, which is, by the way, so if you don't know, when you create a brand new project using Vue.js, using the Vue CLI, it kind of gives you this component here called hello world. And it's just, all it does is just show some information. It has a message in there. So we're going to just create a really simple test case to make sure things are working. So we're going to put from /source /components /hello world Vue. And then to create a test case, we do a describe here. And this is kind of an idea of what we're testing. So we'll put hello world.vue. And then we'll do some ES6 here. We'll make sure we close it. And then right here we can actually put in our tests. So we put IT, and this is a part of the actual test here. So we'll name it. We're going to go testing hello world. Once again, we're going to use some ES6 magic, and this syntax is a little bit boilerplatey. I mean, you're going to have to write a lot, but that's it. So now we do const. We have this wrapper. We're going to call it wrapper. We're going to use shallow, and that means we basically have now an instance of this hello component. And we can go ahead and do wrapper, const message equals wrapper. And now we can use kind of any sort of type of find. So we can do a find h1. So this is like a CSS find or a selector almost. You can do like divs or classes or anything like that. And then we use text, and that'll get the text output of the h1 tag. So we know if we look at the hello world here, we can search for h1. At the top, it has this message right here that's coming through. And we know if we look at the message, that the message is welcome to your Vue.js app. So we want to see if it matches this message. So we're going to copy it, go back to hello spec. So now we can do our next spec. So this is kind of like our assertion library, so we can see if what the message is actually is correct. So we can do to be welcome to our app. All right, so that's it. So now we have the our very, very, very simple hello world app just to make sure it's working. I think we've installed the dependencies, we'll see. So now we can clear this. We'll just run npm tests. Well, one last thing we have to do is if we go into our package.json, you'll notice that we don't have any tests in here. So we don't have any way to run our test. And also we didn't configure anything with NYC. So we do have two quick things to do on that. So for the NYC, we can just write under scripts. It doesn't really matter where we put it, but we'll go ahead and add in NYC. And once again, this is in the documentation that I'll link below. We have to put an include here. And then inside this include, we'll put source /*/star dot. And so this is saying if any JS or Vue file we can do code coverage on. And put there, and then instrument false and source map false. All right, so we have our NYC here, which we needed. And then one last thing here is we'll need to add in our test. So I'm going to copy and paste this, but I'll go over it. So in our test, one more thing we should install. Npm install is cross environment. This is just another tool to help us if we're using special variables in our app here. I'll show you how this works. So we will install that, and so while that's installing, we can do this, and I will copy and paste what we have. And just 1 second. And that's JS. Okay. So you can't see it all, but we'll see here. So I'm saying I'm using cross environment here. So I'm having this variable node environment, setting it to test. We're going to use NYC for our code coverage. We're going to use Mocha Webpack. We set webpack-config, and then we put in the location of the Webpack base conf file that we just set up earlier. Then we do -- require, and this is which files that we need to run our test cases on. So we're going to obviously have the test setup.js that we set up earlier, so that way we have jsdom and our expect. And then what we did here is anywhere in the test folder, anything with spec.js will be ran. So that's how we do that. So now since we have test set up here, we're going to save it, and we're going to clear it, and we're going to run npm tests, see what happens. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and run the testing. Actually, off camera there, I had to just fix one thing. I was in the wrong directory, so I went to the right directory, installed all the npm min modules, just like I did before. You can see here, npm install, installed them all in the right directory this time. So now we should be able to run npm tests. So we have everything installed. We set up our test. We set up NYC. So if you run npm test, or you can run npm run test, but you want to do npm test. It's going to run everything here. It's going to compile the Webpack, and boom. So you can see here, you can kind of take a look what it looks like. I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can see if we can make it. Let me see here. Yep, you can see here, passing, testing, hello world. Just one pass, 26 milliseconds. And then you can see our code coverage, that we have 100% code coverage. So that is pretty much it for this video. Kind of going a little bit long. But next time we'll go ahead and take a look at how to use this Vue-test-utils library. How do we test props? How do we get access to the Vue like properties and things like that, the data object, so we can do some testing that way. And we can talk a little bit more about that. If you like these type of videos, please click that like button, and if you really like it, click subscribe, and then click that little bell button. You'll be notified every time I do a video. I'm going to try to do these videos about one every day or two, just covering a bunch of basics on Vue.js testing. Thanks.